Welcome everyone to Warhammer Total War Fight Club! Today our warm-up match is between the mighty Dwarven Thane, Scruffy Beard the Basher, and a Wraith Knight, a White Knight as it were, upon his mighty steed, resurrected by a necrotic vampire lord, meeting head-on in one-on-one combat! Both contestants are ready. Both contestants prepare. And the charge is on! As they run to meet! The Thane knocked upon his rear. He gets up and refuses to back down. And the slug-festing carnage will begin.
Move to attack!
Stay in there. The White Knight says, "Come on, shorty, bring it." And the two are dueling to the death. And this is just our warm-up event for everyone to watch as they begin to show signs of wear and tear, blood dotting the dwarf's clothing, more than likely his own. The White Knight is definitely losing more HP than the Thane. But how long will that keep up? Ooh! Ooh! I mean, the Thane is down on leadership. Oh, but the White Knight has cycled and has begun to activate some of his special abilities, activating Foe Seeker, as the Thane returns the favor, restoring his vigor, restoring his ability to fight. Wow, Dwarven Thanes are fucking badass. He is ripping the White Knight apart now! It's almost palpable, the difference in the two melee-focused combatants of the Undead versus the Dwarves. This is, by the way, with no mods. There are no mods in Fight Club. You fight based upon what the game developers have made for you. Oh, but a heroic killing blow. This might be able to turn the tide against the dwarf. As the White Knight's strength is fading. Oh, but here comes a deadly onslaught! Increasing the armor-piercing damage. Oh, the White Knight is down below half hit points. The Thane is holding his ground. By the way, everyone, our main event, for those who are curious, is Ungrim Iron Fist versus Archeon, the Ever-Chosen. Ooh! A devastating blow knocks the Thane to his back. And the White Knight follows it up with another one. The Thane is now on the defensive, it seems, at least for a time. Renewing his vigor and striking back, he activates his Foe Seeker. The White Knight is clearly losing, but the dwarf just seems unable to continue to stand for extended periods. Ooh! Ooh, for those crushing axe blows. Ah, the dwarf staggers again. And again he's staggered by the mountain blade of the White Knight. Oh, the White Knight has activated his Foe Seeker in return! And hopes to overwhelm the dwarf, but it looks like it's too late. The White Knight is clearly losing. The dwarf covered in his own blood. Covered in wounds everywhere, bleeding, but still continuing his fight to slay his foe. Ooh, ooh, it's critical. The White Knight has entered critical stages of binding. He's preparing to fall. A headbutt! A headbutt, Thane! We said no low blows! Then again, this is Total War Warhammer Fight Club! Everything goes. Oh no, the White Knight is crumbling. He's falling apart before our very eyes. The magic that holds him together no longer sustaining. Oh! And a final blow! A final blow sends the White Knight flying off of his mount into the dust, ending this once magnificent fight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we get to our final event. Archeon, the Ever-Chosen, versus Ungrim, Iron Fist. Who will live? Who will fall? As we prepare our Dwarven Lord, Ungrim Iron Fist, my friend, suave Latino lover, is preparing the opponent. Ungrim, do you have anything to say this day? No. You're the silent dwarfy type? I thought so. The two will meet in glorious combat. Both buffed out to the maximum end that they possibly can be, as Ungrim prepares to meet Archeon, the Ever-Chosen. In this battle to the death, the combatants are set! The arena is prepared! Both sides prepare to meet in a duel to decide the fate of our entertainment! That's right, the combatants of Fight Club do this not for glory, not for honor, or even wealth. They do it simply for the name of the sport that is Fight Club. This is, of course, Fight Club. Everything is allowed. Magic, weapons, mounts, everything. As Ungrim slowly trudges across the battlefield, the battle appearing drastically against the Dwarven Lord, as though Archeon has all of the advantage. Archeon running full speed now, preparing to meet the dwarf in head-on combat.
I am the Slayer King.
Ungrim will have none of this! He will meet you! Both sides accelerating as fire erupts. Ooh, and a devastating blow by the World Ender. Ungrim on his back, getting back up to bring to bear his axe, drawing blood and preparing to slay his foe. Ooh! A devastating shot by Ungrim as a spell is cast, the Cascading Fire Cloak, as well as Standard Die and Deadly Onslaught, and now a Flaming Sword of Ruin is brought onto the battlefield! Ungrim, can you stand? Can you hold? Both sides taking terrible, horrific blows, and neither side willing to give up. Ungrim lying down upon his back once again. Archeon moves away. Ooh! And the Cascading Fire Cloak finally wears off, allowing Ungrim to maybe regain some of his lost ground. He's at less than half health as Archeon strikes a mighty blow that staggers the dwarf. The Slayer King refusing to yield. Ah, but the Cascading Fire Cloak is keeping him down. Oh! Ungrim, get up! Your people demand it! Your people command that you fight! It doesn't look good for the mighty Slayer King. He seems to be falling back. Losing, as it were. Ooh, another big shot! And a return blow from Archeon, exchanging their mighty, legendary weapons in brutal one-on-one fighting. But it appears as though Ungrim is in his last moments. His last breath. Oh, he falls again! Staggered by his foe. Still fresh and confident that he, the Slayer King, can somehow strike a victory blow here. Oh no. Ungrim, get up!
Catherine will march.
Archeon runs off and delivers a deadly charge attack as the two slug it out, covered in blood, covered in flame and ruin. Ungrim on his last legs. Ah! The Mount of Archeon holding its ground. Oh! Is that it for the Slayer King? He's down! The Slayer King is down! The Slayer King has fallen! Embracing death as Archeon stands triumphant over the field of battle. The Slayer King slain, finally fulfilling his Slayer oath. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of round 1 of Fight Club. I hope you all enjoyed. I want to give a thank you to Suave Latin Lover for providing me with an opponent who actually was controlled. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what Fight Club is all about! Now, each episode of Fight Club will contain the following things. 1. A warm-up match between a hero and another hero of a faction, whom you guys will pick with the comments below. The second thing each round of Fight Club will contain is a battle between 2 glorious lords. Preferably the legendary lord kind. So, write out right now who you want to see. Duel it out to the death for our entertainment. It can be any named legendary lord or any named, as well as any of the heroes for the warm-up fights. Let us find out who truly is the biggest and the baddest amongst all of the lords of Warhammer Total War. In the meantime, if you guys had a good time, please hit the like button. Seriously, if you'd like to see more stuff by me, Fiaura, you can subscribe. Here's the previous Warhammer video that is not the campaign. And if you want to support the channel, you can just do the Patreon or you can check out the ad at the end of the video. By the way, the previous video is 16,000 goblins pushing the game engine to the limit versus less than 1,000 dwarves in a defensive siege. Can the dwarves hold the line? In the meantime, from my house to yours, this is Fiaura, and I'll see all of your lovely faces next time.